We're going to put 4 GOP senators on the screen. These senators are the key to whether he gets confirmed or not. They are Senators Flake, Corker, Collins and Murkowski. Joining us now is Senator Steve Daines, Republican from Montana. Senator, the Democrats are absolutely united. They will vote, all of them, absolutely no. But the Republican Party is divided. It all depends on those 4. That's not a very good situation for the Republican Party to be in.
Well, the most important vote that a United States Senator casts, I believe, is a vote for a United States Supreme Court Justice. When I ran for the United States Senate in 2014, I made that clear. These are lifetime appointments, the highest court in the land. This is something that each of us needs to take very, very seriously. But you see what's going on right now, Stuart. Hours after President Trump announced his nomination of Judge Kavanaugh in the East Wing of the White House, I was there that night, but just hours after that was announced on July 9th, Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader, was on TV saying, we're going to oppose his nomination at any cost to stop this nomination. That's exactly what you're seeing is going on. A man who has served with great distinction for 12 years as a circuit court judge, 307 opinions, 6 FBI background checks, an impeccable record. My concern right now, Stuart, is this has moved from really a presumption of innocence and treating somebody with dignity and respect, both sides. It's moved to trial by tabloid. It's a smear campaign. That's what's going on right now. It is shameful. And the problem we have right now, it is demeaning the institution of the U.S. Senate, the Supreme Court, of these fundamental American values of presumption of innocence. And this is not a good day for America.
Oh, Senator, we absolutely understand that, and we're with you 100%. Can you handicap that? Let's suppose he's voted out of the committee, and it goes to a full Senate vote next Tuesday. How do you think it's going to go? Would you say he will be confirmed? Can you say that to us now?
Well, I cannot say he will be confirmed. It comes down to a few senators at the moment, Republican senators deciding which way they're going to vote. All eyes are going to be on the hearing tomorrow. And Stuart, in fairness, both sides need to be heard. That is the right thing to do. This needs to be handled professionally. The problem I have is this has moved into about power and politics versus about the truth and what the facts are. I commend Chairman Grassley in setting up an environment tomorrow that will be conducive to getting to the truth, getting to the facts. And for heaven's sakes, that is what we are called upon by the Constitution as the United States Senators here, is to provide that consent and that approval to the President's nominee. Everything I have heard so far on Judge Kavanaugh tells me I'm voting yes. He would be an outstanding Supreme Court justice. We'll all be watching tomorrow.
Yes, sir, we will. I do have to ask you about the vote that's expected on Friday on tax cuts 2.0 that would make tax cuts permanent. However, it's likely to be a yes vote, that's for sure. But will it pass the Senate? It's not likely to get through the Senate, is it?
Yeah, boy, I sure wish it would. Stuart, I'll tell you, the only thing better than a temporary tax cut is a permanent tax cut. For heaven's sakes, look what's going on in this economy. Your viewers see it every day. Permanence would be a wonderful thing. I support that. And I'll tell you what, that shows you how important this next election is in 41 days. The other side, the Democrats want to raise taxes. We want to make these tax cuts permanent. There's one of the choices for the American people.
If it was put to the Senate, if it does arrive at the Senate, and the Senate takes it up, would it pass the Senate?
Well, we would need a 60-vote threshold right now, Stuart, on that. And so most likely we would have to go through the reconciliation process going into next year for permanence. Okay. So the House will likely pass that, but we would hit a 60-vote threshold on that.
That's quite a roadblock. Senator Steve Daines, Montana, thanks for joining us, sir. We do appreciate it.